with Jon Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook Preview Show. We're looking at the Tuesday 4-game DraftKings main slate that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The late night hammer is 11 p.m. Eastern Time with the Kings versus the Clippers here. Late slate. We're used to not having the late games on the slate, Grande, but this slate is only late games for the most part. So, you'll be waking up in the morning to figure out if you've taken down a tournament or not at this point.
I will not be up. That is correct.
Yeah.
I'm sure half the community won't be. Honestly, I say that, but we'll see how it's going by the time that 11 p.m. game rolls around, right? Because we've done this before. Like I say this.
Actually, it's 3 a.m. and you're in second. You're like, I can't go to bed.
Yeah, I'm like, why? I can't go to bed. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun little slate. I went to look just to make sure because I hadn't opened it yet, and you said 4 games. I was like, oh, they probably cut off the late games, and I was like, wait, no, there's only late. And then you started talking about the only late games, and I still hadn't opened the slate yet, and here we are. Yeah, it's a fun little slate. A lot of really good basketball players with only one position. There's like nobody left on DraftKings that has multi-position eligibility. It's so funny. But yeah, should be a good one. Excited to break down.
Top price player on the slate, Luka Doncic, $12,000. Cade Cunningham, 10.5. Maxey, 96. They're all point guards. Your top 3 guys there. Luka, no Austin Reeves. You have Cade, the only 2 guys up there. Maxey and Harden round out the 9K. On a small slate, is Luka the number 1 priority for you here?
Well, this exact scenario happened on Sunday, and obviously it's a different scenario. And like never is getting to Luka a bad thing, but it's always slate dependent. It's always matchup dependent. Kawhi Leonard scored 55 actual and 80 fantasy points and 90 fantasy points, and you needed him and you didn't need Luka, right? So never going to tell you not to play a guy with like a 40% usage rate with their second best player or third best player off the court. That said, it is a tougher matchup. Detroit has some of the best rim protectors in the league, specifically Isaiah Stewart. So, I mean, if you want to play a 12K Luka, you can. I bet you he's lower owned because Kawhi is just in an absolute dream spot again, and Jaylen Brown's in an absolute dream spot, and Tyrese Maxey is playing potentially without Joel Embiid here. So, like, I think you'll probably get a lower owned Luka, but yeah, I'm always okay with getting to him for sure.
I know you're not a narrative guy per se, but Jaylen Brown is 1 30-point game away from setting the franchise record for consecutive 30-point games, breaking Larry Bird's team record, which he is currently tied. So
yeah, but that's not a narrative. He's going to do it anyway, narrative or not.
Probably, but there's sort of like there's history, right? Jaylen Brown setting team Celtics history.
Yeah, I don't care.
In that Utah matchup, which we'll get to, obviously small forward. So you got Luka, Cade, Maxey, Harden. That's your top group there. Keontae, is this a questionable?
He's questionable. Yeah, he's questionable.
I know this, so something to watch. Certainly there at 81. Westbrook at 8K. If you're moving from the top group, I mean, is there a favorite among them?
Well,
there's obviously the top guys are all really good. I mean, like,
Cade looks great. Maxey would be probably my favorite of the group if Embiid were to sit.
Okay.
Harden has been super good fantasy, playing 40 minutes a night. Great matchup. I think that would be an interesting one, John. Not to say I would fade Kawhi, but it would be interesting to see the ownership going into tomorrow, right? Like, Kawhi is going to be uber chalk just to see what the Harden ownership, because the spots are equally as good. The Kings are just terrible defensively. I would play Keontae. It's obviously a little bit of a tough spot there. Westbrook, the Kings are doing like weird. Maybe it was just because it was a back-to-back, but they played like 10 guys both nights. I don't particularly enjoy like 10-person rotations. I'm a little bit indifferent about like King stuff. We know Westbrook has a ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically where I am.
Derek White, John Morant at 73, Peyton Pritchard 64, Cam Spencer $6,300. Again, it's a small slate, so we kind of work our way down this position.
Yeah, I mean, Derek White has a really high ceiling in this matchup. Didn't shoot the ball well at all. 6 stocks, like also in the range of outcome for Derek White. 40 minutes in a competitive game. I love it. Love the spot for Derek White. I have a lot of interest in John Morant at this price tag. I wrote it up on Sunday too. Like the minutes had been trending in the right direction. He was pacing for about 28 minutes in the Milwaukee game. He plays 27 in that Washington game. You know, there has been a steady increase in minutes outside the Clippers blowout win, but I wouldn't be surprised to get Jot 30 minutes here. I'm good with it in tournaments specifically.
I mean, the price is crazy.
The price is crazy for the player. Like the player is so good when you're factoring in the price.
Agreed. Value, I guess, at the position for you. I mean, again, Pritchard and Spencer in the 6K. You have more Kings plays. Marcus Smart, McCain, Collier could start here probably. If there's no Keontae, what are your thoughts there?
Love Pritchard. This is going to be the most glowing you hear me talk about Boston.
Okay.
And it's still going to be just those 3 players. Okay. But thankfully we can get them out of the way fast. No, I saw you, Ugo. I saw how many minutes you played the other day. But I told you the Luka Garza thing was bound to happen.
He did. He said it's not going to happen. Then sure.
He did have 5 fouls, so that's also Luka Garza's fault for not letting it happen. But you know, that's the field gets for thinking it's safe to play anything Boston related, not one of their like top 3 players. Love Pritchard. Spencer's been overlapping with Ja a little bit. I think it's probably still a little too expensive. Schroeder, like tournaments. He's been good on a fantasy point per minute basis. Malik Monk played 19 minutes in back-to-back games. They might get Keegan Murray back. I mean, Malik Monk, they want to trade him more than anything. Apparently, he's going to be a piece of the rebuild in Milwaukee, which, you know, that's how they're going to allocate their. I mean, they have no idea what they're doing. They're doing anything they possibly can to keep Giannis. Marcus Smart did Marcus Smart things. That means he did nothing basically the whole game. He started, did nothing, because we'll get to who did all the things, and that'll be interesting to see what his ownership is. Isaiah Collier and Walter Clayton would be 2 of the highest roster players of the slate.
Yeah.
Both. I think you would be able to play them both if Keontae were to sit. Simon's in a great spot for tournaments, 4,100. I'd be okay going there. Did you see the Jaden Ivey minutes, John?
Got to 29. You and I were kind of talking about this. We did have some early foul trouble with Cade, but Ivey also closed this game.
He did also close this game with Cade. So he's going to be popular. And for what it's worth, there is no guarantee that the minutes are where they are again, right? Like none, 0, zilch, none. No reason to think that now he just plays that many minutes moving forward. He could, but also,
I mean, at this point, why aren't?
Yeah, but we've done this before. We've done that. He went to 21, and we thought it was wheels up, and then he never played again. He literally never played him again.
It's good to see that he can get there. I guess it puts like the range of outcomes for him a little bit higher.
Yes,
tonight, but
yes,
they should also probably consider playing him more.
I tend to agree, John. I agree. So I like Ivy. So the Nick Smith game happened. Now he is a two-way player, and he in between this Phoenix and Sacramento game, he DMP'd.
Okay.
So that's something. I don't know if they will do that with Reeves being out, right? I think Nick Smith might just be in the lineup. I also 8 for 14, 5 for 10 from 3 is a little bit of an aberration, but he got into the 20s in minutes, so that's also worth mentioning as well.
Okay. Anything else here?
No.
Shooting guard, we go. Again, a lot of these guys have dual positional eligibility. You've talked White, talked Spencer, VJ Edgecombe, 63, Coward, 58, Grimes, 58. The three we haven't talked about.
Oh boy, I wish we saved some of these guys for
Yeah, probably should save like Derek White for shooting guard.
Yeah. So Edgecombe just hasn't made shots in the last 2 games. The minutes have still been good. Even in a blowout loss, he plays 34 minutes. You know, I prefer there to be no Embiid for VJ, but he just really hasn't made shots. Memphis, it's a fast-paced game. Cedric Coward, the minutes just kind of not there again. Like he got hurt, and then suddenly they were like, "All right, we need to limit you." I think he got hurt or he missed a couple games. There was something where he missed a game on a back-to-back, I think, and then suddenly he was like, he's limited again. So they clearly think there's something going on there. Tournaments only. Chris Dunn's playing like a good amount of minutes, but it's boring at 48. Sensabaugh played. What do we have for Utah statuses? Ace Bailey is out again, so they'll probably start. They'll probably start Sensabaugh again. He played 34 minutes and started the other day. 4,400 is a decent price for him. Ugo played 30 minutes, but like we've talked about this a bunch. Like Ugo played all those games, great, woohoo, awesome. Then we like literally explicitly, like I don't know how many times I have to spell it out, but like I have done.
I don't even know what happened in this game that they didn't play him.
John, yes, you do.
No, I don't. There's no explanation for it. You can't just tell me that Joe Mazzulla woke up, saw the headlines, is like, excuse me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like, couldn't be more of what happened. Dude, he hates fun, and he hates anybody having it unless it involves his players punching another team or someone punching someone else.
He loved the fight with Jordan Walsh. He was all about it.
All I'm saying is like, yes, I agree. We don't know what happened, but like, yes, we do. We know.
He didn't play the entire second or third quarter of this game.
Well, but like, and this is the point that this is what I keep trying to drive home. If you do something wrong, if you are not, and it happened to Jaylen Brown, he got benched the whole third quarter, right? Yeah. If you do something wrong for like multiple possessions, you just don't play again. If you're on the Celtics, like you just don't play again.
I said he played Baylor Shireman the entire second quarter of that game.
Brother, he was probably, if you go back and watch, if we get on League Pass and pull up the tape, every time Baylor Shireman did something, he was probably staring at Ugo on the bench.
He played Jordan Walsh the entire third quarter of the game.
I'm telling you, nothing is safe. And I understand, like, there are, like, here's something. I would play Simons here before I play Ugo because at least I know when Simons is out there, he's out there chucking.
Sure.
Like I would just click Simons before I clicked Ugo.
Okay. I mean, I think what also the
blowout.
Well, that he's not gonna start. So no. Like, and that also doesn't matter but yeah, because Jordan Walsh played the first 4 minutes of the game, then didn't play again till the start of the third, which he played the entire third of that game.
He then played 9 minutes. Jordan Walsh played 9 minutes in Portland, and Ugo played 30 and closed.
Yeah. Was Ugo just playing Denny? Was he just on Denny that whole game? I mean,
Ugo closed on Denny 30 minutes. played basically the whole fourth quarter.
Jordan Walsh again didn't play the entire second quarter of that game.
And the entire fourth. Dude, it's just like, look at these rotations. It's an absolute nightmare.
But if you can get the right Hugo Gonzalez game,
if you're a multi-entry player, sure.
Four of the last 5 games, you hit a home run with Hugo Gonzalez in your lineup. That's good. That happens. It's just that, like, you didn't get like a bad game from Hugo. You got a 0 game from him.
Absolute 0.
So that, you can't win with 2 fantasy points. If you had like 17 fantasy points, you'd be like, all right.
Yep.
He gave you 2.
2.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I tweet out the DJ request. I don't know if you've seen The Goods. It's a hilarious movie. But basically DJ request is a DJ that will not play the song you request. He plays his own song because nobody tells DJ
request is a good name. That's a good name.
Nobody tells DJ request what to play. So that's Joe Mazzulla. We had someone in our chat, right? All of betting Twitter was on Hugo Gonzalez, and I went and looked it up. I'm like, it's not wrong. I type in Hugo Gonzalez, and all of gambling Twitter is like rebound ladder and like points, and all. He played 12 minutes. No shot getting any of those. So
I find it, and it's totally my fault. So hand up here.
Yeah.
Every time this happens, we don't talk about anything longer than the Celtics ancillary pieces. It's usually Ugo or Jordan Walsh, and it's my fault. But it's so funny how much time we spend on Boston BS because Joe Mazzulla hates everything. That's everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, it's you and I traded his quotes back and forth. He's hilarious.
He's so funny. He's so funny. He's just a terrible time for DFS players. Yeah. This game has 241 implied points in a 7.5 point spread. Significantly better than any other game on the board. It's significantly better than any other game on the board. And you can't play more than like 3 players on the Celtics.
No. All right. Anything else here, shooting guard?
Anything else at shooting guard? You could play
Svi revenge game.
You could play Svi. I kind of forgot the Ivy thing, John. Karis LeVert is doubtful, so that actually bolsters that quite a bit. That helps the Jordan Ivy play or Jaden Ivey play a little bit.
Okay. Small forward. Kawhi Leonard, believe it or not, as illustrious of a career as he has had, never scored 50 in a game before. His career high was 45? I think they said it was.
Yeah, he's had aspirations to score 50, but
he scored 55. He scored 90 fantasy points. It's been a week for ceiling fantasy performances. Scotty Barnes, Nikola Jokic twice, and Kawhi Leonard basically nearly hitting 90. Kawhi did hit 90.
No, did hit 90.
Barnes and Jokic had 2 85 fantasy point games, and Jokic had 100.
Yeah, he had
fantasy points.
Keith had said on the show, and I didn't realize it, like the way he worded it was Jokic has almost 200 fantasy points in the last 2 games. I was like, what did you just say out loud? Yeah. How did you just word that? It was 200. I was shocked when he said that. I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Factual statement. Yeah. You're not going to get 90 again. However, he's also been really damn good. 63s, 59, and 54 fantasy points the 3 games prior to that. So, yeah, smoke him if you got him. You got Kawhi Leonard here at $9,500.
Yeah, dude, he was quoted. They asked him. They were like asking him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I've never really been asked to score like this, but the coaches came to me and are like, we need you." So he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going crazy." And then
you knocked them all down.
And then he was, I don't know if you saw, he was charging. He told his teammates he's going to charge them for ruining his braids because they poured water on his head in the locker room. Don't look now, Clippers winners of 4 straight. Don't look now. My prediction's not looking too bad anymore, John.
No. Hey,
yeah. So
all you got to do is get rid of that dude who throws terrible Halloween parties and Chris Paul, and everything's fine.
True. It's definitely Chris Paul's fault. Almost no reason. It's kind of inexplicable that Jaylen Brown's price went down.
Yeah.
For almost the cheapest since it's been in December. I mean, December 2nd, it was 9,300.
Is it a short slate price thing?
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Kawhi's went up. I mean, Because 95.
He's got 9 straight games of 30 actual. He's attempting to break the team record, or it's either tie or break. I guess I could check it out. But I'm pretty sure it's one of the two they were talking about on the radio for like 10 minutes this morning. So
I have the utmost confidence that if this game,
so he tied Larry Bird last game with 37. So he's going to break the record if he gets 30 here.
Super cool, by the way. It is a cool. I wasn't trying to just like
I know.
Shoot, it's a super cool achievement. Obviously, the Celtics are
10 straight games of 30 actual. That's like a hard.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's hard to do.
Like, and you're for any franchise, but like you guys are one of the 3 most illustrious franchises.
Yeah,
18
banners.
Right, Celtics, Lakers, Bulls. Celtics, Lakers, Knicks. I wouldn't say the Knicks. I mean Jordan, Bulls, right? I mean it's just what it is. So
definitely the Celtics. Like Pistons are probably there.
Yeah. I would say 76ers, Bulls, Pistons. I mean, the Celtics and the Lakers are one of the original however many teams. So they just by default. But anyways, it is a very cool thing that Brown is approaching. And I almost have no doubt he's going to do it. I'm not going to say anything. He's
not even doing it in like a cheap way, right? This ain't Monta Ellis out here taking 35 shots.
Nah, he's dominating, dude.
He's a 50, 40, 80 guy right now because he can't shoot free throws. But he's like, he's going to shoot 50% from the floor and 40% from 3 and have 30 points in 10 straight games. I mean,
I think salute to him, by the way. I want to say his free throw percentage is way up from last year. Like I remember he was missing a lot.
Yeah, he was not good
free throws last year. He shot 76. It was 72 years ago.
Okay.
So he's up. Dude, his first 3 seasons in the NBA was sub 70%. Salute to Jaylen Brown. Yeah. Career high 78% from the free throw line this year. Salute to him. Yeah.
But he's not cheaping out, right? This isn't James Harden shooting 43% from the floor. He's shooting 50 from the floor, 40 from 3.
Yeah, he's been elite.
Been elite. So 10 straight games approaching 30 actual here. Not gonna win an MVP, but carrying the Celtics to the 3 seed in the East right now literally on his back, putting the backpack on, 2 straps, tighten them up and bringing them up the hill. So there's a reason that he is also like the highest paid player in the league. So
I mean, if Jokic and SGA didn't exist, both Jalen's in the Eastern Conference would probably be neck and neck for like MVP discussion, right? Like Brunson and Brown would literally be.
Oh, I thought you were even you were throwing Jalen Johnson in that conversation, but
no, I mean their team just stinks, so he can't.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't. His team does. That's the problem. I have no problem. I already know, and the matchup is equally as good for Kawhi and Jalen. You could probably just play them both, but in a situation where you're picking one, I might just play the lower owned player.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and Jaylen Brown, Utah, please be low owned. Like, please.
He had what 25 in the first half or something like that.
Yeah, you messaged me. You're like, Jaylen Brown's really good. He had like all of it at the first half.
All right, so then we go down to DDR at 71. We talk Grimes a little bit at shooting guard. Asors 56, Jalen Wells 54, Laravia's 40. I mean, like it drops off pretty quickly after you get past the top 2 here.
Yeah, I mean, I think DDR has looked pretty good lately, with the exclusion of that random Dallas. I'm telling you, that Dallas game was so weird. I don't quite understand why they like rested everyone back to back, but DDR is definitely solid. Asar looks okay always. So he's just fine. Not a lot of interest in Jalen Wells, another like just safe piece. Laravia is going to play like mid 20s minutes. He's fine. I'd probably just play Sensabaugh here. You can play Neek Clifford here, another one who's like in this rotation, who's going to play 20 plus minutes and has been pretty good, excluding that one random game he started and was chalk and then let everyone down. But since that point, he's been pretty good on a fantasy point of view, and he's 3,900. Hauser makes a bunch of threes randomly. He did it again like 2 games ago against Indiana. Yeah, it's terrible. Derek Jones came back 18 minutes, probably gets a bump, but I don't think you could trust it. Predictably, Keon Ellis cratered after making all of his shots. That's just the Keon Ellis experience. I
remember he ruined my life last year in one of those games. I took a team and the Kings went out there and like knocked down like 100 threes. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
Keon Ellis just taking like didn't miss.
Yep.
I can't remember the exact.
I don't either, but I
remember melting down and him knocking down like 6 threes in the first half of a game. So
it's always fun when Keon Ellis is the person to ruin your life.
All right, power forward. LeBron's $9,000, Laurie 79, Triple J 77, Santi 71.
Yeah, I mean, I like the LeBron price coming down. I just still think 9K is too expensive, like for what the ceiling has been. I'm not saying what it has been is the ultimate ceiling. He was 2 assists shy of a almost 20-point triple-double. I'm fine with it. Like, I would rather play a sub 8K Lauri Markkanen than LeBron. I'd rather play a sub 8K current form Jaren Jackson, who is just lighting the earth on fire again. Mm-hmm. Like, someone woke Jaren up and was like, yo, dude, you're really good at basketball. I hope you remember that. And he's like, yeah, right. I mean, Jaren, we're back, John.
Yeah.
4, 5, 3 blocks in the last 3 games. Like, we're getting full experience Jaren Jackson.
Jump on while you can and then hope it lasts forever. He did it against Utah, Washington, and Milwaukee. He's got Philadelphia this go around.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He did it against Minnesota too. A few games before that. I would definitely go back to the Aldama as well. Hated how that came out. I would go back to the Aldama well.
Yeah.
Landale is questionable again. Santi started the last 2 games, 35 and 30 minutes in those 2. He's played 30 plus now in like 7 of 8. Memphis does do that random stuff, but the 25, it was a kind of a blowout loss against OKC. So the minutes have been super secure for Santi. Even with Ja back, I'm good there. Not going to play Keegan even if he returns. Paul George, I would get to PG if there's no Embiid. I just don't really have a lot of interest in much Philly if Embiid's in. We've seen it. Like, Maxey is just kind of like, it's his team. He just hasn't been as good with Embiid on the floor.
Yeah.
And Paul George obviously hasn't either. So, TBD if Embiid plays.
Sure. Where do you go next? I mean, obviously there's some value here. We often talk like maybe like Toby Harris is a little bit too cheap for kind of where he is, but you always comment like nobody in Detroit's playing like consistent enough minutes. Isaiah Stewart's 47, Precious Achiuwa starts at 42. Is there anything here that you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean, I do think Detroit possibly, like, LeVert is probably helping Jaden Ivey specifically, but like Toby's minutes are going to generally be higher than 22 and they sit like high 20s, so it's fine. John Collins missed last game. He's questionable again. They started Batum. I probably wouldn't play Collins at 58, but it's a good matchup if he does. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I can't. Isaiah Stewart's been playing like a lot more, and partly due to some Duren foul trouble.
I just think on a small slate like this, he is a pretty good GPP play because he has those just explosion games.
Yeah, they are. He does have like big games.
And like he's one of those PPR monsters we talk about where you don't need a lot of time, but he can go out there and just kind of give you 25, 30 fantasy points at times. So
yep.
I'm good. It's like the old Montrezl Harrell play. He's the Clippers. You're like, yeah, I'll come off the bench. He'll play 22 minutes, and maybe he'll get you 30 fantasy points. So.
Just a couple more. I mean, Precious continues to start. You cannot go there if Keegan plays because he probably doesn't start. But
right.
Actually, you know what? They have like a bunch of guys. I think like Eubanks is coming back, and like I don't know if I even want to like mess with Precious. If he starts, like it's fine. Maybe as like a last piece in. Vanderbilt and Batum look like eerily similar to me. GG Jackson was the other guy I wanted to talk about. With Landale out, they've been just kind of playing him more because they're using, they're playing like Coloco that we'll talk about. But if Landale's out, I would probably play GG. He seems to be kind of in the rotation, especially with like Coward being limited. They're playing a little bit more GG Jackson. 3,700 is a pretty good price for him. Now that he's
you're looking for anybody
playing.
Really to play minutes on a
Right.
4-game slate. So
yes, and he is actively playing minutes. So I would consider it.
Okay. Center position again. We don't know the Joel Embiid status, but at $8,300, if he was to play, it's a really good spot for Joel Embiid. You can play Triple J as we talked about. Duran 75, Aldama dual position eligibility. Basically JoJo or Duran for the top 4 here.
Yeah, I mean, like, Embiid's okay. The scoring is still there. He hasn't slowed down at all. It's so hard for him to do anything else because he just isn't. He's still just having so many mobility issues. And now it's not even just the knee. He has an ankle that he's dealing with as well. So now we're dealing with multiple injuries. Like, it's fine. I think I'd play Duran over him. I just feel better about Duran right now than I do Embiid. I mean, Duran's had some, and now like some of these games, Sacramento was a most predictable thing ever because Sacramento is the worst team against centers. They allow the most points in the paint. They can't rebound. They're horrible in every facet that Jalen Duran dominates in. The Clippers game, no Cade. We've seen this every time Cade has been off the floor this year. Jalen Duran has dominated. Every time. Every game, those games earlier in the year where Cade missed, Duran had like monster outing. So I like this spot quite a bit. He just needs to stay out of foul trouble. Talk to Aldama and Jaren. Ayton looked okay. He's going to be third fiddle without Austin Reeves. He had a double-double, would have played more if not for the blowout. So you could definitely play Ayton 6,500. I think it's fine. Nurkic is always one of like the randomest, the random GPP guys because he has such a high ceiling. And on a slate like this, I would be surprised if Nurkic wasn't like super popular.
Okay. We've talked a lot about how Celtics have been good interior for their defense, but
he is just really good peripherally. Like he does so many things for their team. They use him kind of as a hub, kind of like Jokic light. So I like Nurkic quite a bit at 6K. I would be surprised if he didn't garner a bunch of ownership. I know Boston is good on the interior, but just like because of the player he is and like what he provides, I'm interested.
Okay.
Reynaud continues to be really good.
Yeah.
The minutes are kind of random, and I think that's because he's a rookie and they're treating him Doug Christie's treating him that way, but they've been pretty consistently like 25 plus. There is also a higher ceiling than that. So
37 versus Houston.
Yeah, 37 against Houston. Nemus played a bunch of minutes because Garza was in foul trouble. What do you think Brook Lopez ownership comes in at 5K? 36 minutes last game. He's now played 25, 27, 33, 36 in the games since Ivica Zubac got hurt.
I mean, on a small slate, knowing you're trying to pay up, he's probably super chalky because you can just also double play centers.
There's the best spot on the board for centers.
And there's not a lot of good centers on the slate, right? So it's, there's maybe Joel Embiid, but like you said, you're not like, Lopez feels like the easy plug here.
I think Nurkic is a good center on the slate.
Okay.
I view Nurkic
For $1,300 less, you get Brook Lopez.
$1,000
less, you get Brook Lopez. So, I think I'd rather play Lopez over Nurkic.
Nurkic has a higher ceiling, though.
Does he?
Yeah, I mean, Brook Lopez had a 9. He's never made 9 threes in his game. And Nurkic has gone for 40 fantasy points in 2 of his last 3.
Just saying. We just saw it. We don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And it's possible. All right. Anything else here at center?
Koloko, if there's no Landale, he's been good for Memphis.
He's got a body.
Bona was really good the other day, and Drummond was really bad. I might, if Embiid doesn't play, I might just take a shot on a.
Are you really gonna just take a stab on one of those guys on a small slate?
It's a small slate.
Okay.
Dylan Cardwell continues to play 24 minutes. He's a really good fantasy player. $3,600.
Jumping over Luka Garza like that,
dude. He is. Yeah, of course. I'm not spending any more time talking. We have already wasted so many of the people's time talking Boston Celtics.
I mean, he just got in foul trouble. That's all it was.
He just gets in foul trouble a lot.
I'm just saying.
I'm not. I don't care.
All right.
Sue me. I don't care.
All right. So you think Nurkic is the best player on the slate? So we'll plug him
I do.
in.
I think he is actually number 1. I would rank him ahead of basically any other player you could name.
All right. So we'll do that. Let's see if we can do the double Brown or Leonard. So 5K. 5K Kawhi, Nurkic, Brown, Lopez. If you wanted to do something like that, you could make it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Let's see. Do we have another? What's our value?
Value would probably would be Jaden Ivey, and we'll leave it there. But there's Utah stuff that is obviously
Collier or Clayton would be.
And we're not just for anyone who's tuning in. Just for anyone who's tuning in, we're not gonna finish this lineup. Honestly, who knows what's even going to be available here?
I was going to say by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, we do our show, and the slate doesn't start for another 2 hours after we end the show. We'll have to help you guys out more in the Discord for this one, but we will be live at 5 for the 4 gamer. Quick core play preview look at is Ivy, Leonard, Nurkic, Brown, and Lopez at $5,400 to play with some Utah potential value to help you spend up elsewhere here. We do appreciate all of the support. We'll see you guys later tonight.